Hello, good afternoon. I am Dailin Vidal. The course is Material Design. In this presentation, talking about answer for a question. Um, the one question is what was the conception of materials developed decades ago? Um Uh, there was the student process through very traditional methods. The idea to change this was to work with more activity methodology. It was because teacher realized that students uh, wanted new methods that could update the work materials in a didactic way and use them in the each of the teacher. The second question is what does developing materials demands for teacher? Uh, in this answer, in this answer, uh, it demands that students learn and that there is discipline can learning in various ways. To be able to put them into practice to manage this activity where teamwork and the communication and can share the knowledge that they had, their motivation activities for students. We see students who are the eager to learn and that they communicate and that our teacher should always make materials where they promote mindful learning but in a pleasure and motivation and the spend time teacher it is important because teachers are concerned about giving an effective class that takes the time to prepare it. It facilitates and get your students learning process to carry out activities that are easy to understand but that again extensive knowledge of the subject. It had all the wills to why they're studying implementation or innovation in your teaching practice. Do not be traditional teacher to pass on the knowledge and you do not interact with students to participate with them. See students as all unique individuals. Students and people have different style. We can be the same again but are not the same. We are for the reason your child had comprehensive activities, minimize difference and maximize similarities between students. Not see the disabilities they had is they do not have inclusion among all students to manage them in the same way and the above all we love meet the needs. Demand is very important because each teacher must make the class plans depend on the need of each child in order for them to have mindful learning. Concern and motivation of students. Language learning manages activities promoting learning and second language that are activities that attraction attention that are fun and that's having a good learning process. Um, the third question is what are the components of creating and adapted teaching learning materials? Um, Companies are of great importance because I away the organize uh, that helps teachers explore it and discover that development of each course that is presented. There are 6 companies to perform a learning in that way. Uh, One is need assessment is essential because it's the The decision making was oriented teacher is determined as allows teacher to induct and be able to design learning paths according to age need that the student has. Like syllables that are tools that have instruction, and in this way you can achieve learning in a motivating, pleasure but whole mindful teaching. The second is setting goals and all the tips teacher at the time of their teaching process. It's important that they manage it where they want to raise, what purpose they must achieve, and above all focus on meeting that the needs and expectations of the student in order to give the return. And now what content is to be carried, be clear the objectives. Um, Three is conceptually is con the theory. It is important because this covers what is curriculum which must be decided taking into account prior knowledge of teaching and learning process. The fourth is selecting and developing materials and activities performed. Study materials that are beneficial to study, not traditional motivated modified books, and incorporate activities where students go for it in such a way that the purpose of the course and the needs of us can be achieved. And um, five is organized on content and activities. And the way in which content in organization as be taken into account. It shall be planned either from more complex activity to easier ones, perform activities where students have the knowledge and change, and here everything in the case is going to be done must be achieved the given time. The evaluation is this is the daily important process to know that the knowledge they had acquired, and in this way carried each course to observe and achieve the objectives set to know the strengths and key needs during the academic process. And six is resources and constraints allow the teacher to make sense of the all the process individual in the development materials. And the fourth is, in your opinion, what is the principal role of the teacher when deciding language learning materials? In my opinion, in a teacher, when making learning materials, must be clear the knowledge has is the students, and the each one has to be able to be developed. This in the order to make a material effective that can be riser and performant with each one to make a material that is the striking to students and able all to involve students who are activity in their class. Thank you.